Hey yogis, it's Sina here, the Yoga Apothecary. In today's flow, we continue our A to Z of Wellbeing series. K stands for Know Yourself. So grab some water and your towel, and I'll meet you on the mat. There is a scene in the movie Shrek where Shrek tells Donkey that ogres are like onions. On the outside, ogres are ugly and smelly. In the next layer down, you'll discover that ogres have an ornery personality. And below that layer, you'll discover that ogres distrust the outside world because they've been shunned by society. But underneath that layer, you'll find that ogres are loyal, hardworking, courageous, and capable of love. We all have layers. In this yoga practice, we're going to apply this analogy as we look inward to the practice of self-study, which is one of the niyamas, svadhyaya. When we pull off the outer layer, an onion becomes translucent and shiny. And during the cooking process, it reveals different aromas and flavors. Similarly, as we peel back the layers of our being, we explore what we are made of, what defines us, and what remains once all the layers have been separated. At the outermost layer is our physical body, that superficial layer. It is the thing that people see when they first meet us. The next layer is the energetic body. This is our physical wellness and aura of vitality. The next layer is our mental body, or our mind field. This layer includes our thoughts and beliefs. Then there is the intuitive body, our gut feelings and emotions. And finally, there is the bliss body, the spiritual self. These are our deepest values and our connection to forces greater than ourselves. In yogic philosophy, the panchakoshas, or 5 sheaths, guide us from the outer layers of the body to the subtle innermost layers of self. As we navigate the koshas, or sheaths, the layers of the self become transparent, and we begin to understand ourselves and recognize our inner beauty. So as we practice today on the mat, think about the 5 koshas operating in unison, giving rise to the self. And with that, we'll get started in a seat at the top of our mats. As we begin at the seat at the top of our mat, your hands can start on your knees, legs are crossed. We'll take a seated twist. As you inhale, lift the arms up, palms face one another. As you exhale, we'll open up for a twist. Right arm comes back, left arm's reaching forward, and you can turn your gaze over to your right. We inhale, center, and exhale, we come to the twist on the other side. Now right arm's reaching forward, left arm's reaching back. A gaze to the left, maybe even to the back of your mat. Spine is long. Inhale, we come back to center for one more time on each side. We exhale, taking a twist. Inhale through center, and exhale, twist it open. We come back to center, pause. As you inhale, take a moment to just focus on your body and how that twist made you feel. Feeling the sits bone rooted to the mat, noticing the feet and heels. As you lengthen your breath, inhale through the nose. Fill up, spread the ribs wide. Send the breath through the Mula Bandha, and then release it out the mouth, and maybe it's audible. Another inhale through the nose, fill up. Maybe you close your eyes. As you exhale, release it out. As we take our Ujjayi breath, inhale through the nose, seal your lips. Exhale through the nose like you're creating a seashell-y swirly sound. Let's take this together. We'll inhale through the nose and exhale through your nose. As you open your eyes, we'll take a crescent moon seated. Again, as you inhale, the arms come up. Interlace the fingers, leave the first finger up, point like an arrow. And as you exhale, we'll crescent moon over to the right side, rooting the sits bones to the earth. Maybe you gaze to the left. Inhale, center. We exhale now, crescent moon over to the left side. Really drawing the hips to the mat, lengthen the spine. Maybe you gaze towards your right bicep. We inhale through center one more time. Exhale, crescent moon to the right. We inhale, draw through center. We exhale to the left. We inhale through center and tent the fingertips outside the knees. Shift your weight forward, rocking onto the knees, place the palms in front, and come down to sit on the heels, or the toes can be flat. We're going to take another stretch in a camel seated position, what would be the start of a camel pose. As we lift up with your inhale, the arm is going to come starting with our left arm up. We're going to wave it open, grazing our left heel. Here's what it looks like if you wish to look and then continue with me. Inhale, arm comes up. As you exhale, it draws back with you. Inhale, the arm up. Maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, drop back. One more each side. Inhale, up. Exhale, we draw it back. Inhale, up. Exhale, we draw it back. We sit back on the heels and pause. Then shift the weight forward. We come to tabletop pose. Stacking the knees under the hips. Wrists come under the shoulders, neutral spine, flat back. Crown is long. Gaze over the nose. You're welcome to soft bend these elbows. We inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, open the heart space. Gaze to the clouds, soft bend the elbows. Exhale, create a C shape at the spine. Relax the head and shoulders. Maybe a sway of the hips. Press the palms into the earth and the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, cow pose. Drop the belly, open the heart space. Gaze to the clouds, soft bend the elbows. Exhale, cat pose. Create a C shape at the spine. Relax the head and shoulders. Introduce some movement in your cat and cow with an invitation to sway your hips and shoulders in opposite direction. Your gaze follows the direction of your shoulders. From here, we'll come back to tabletop pose and then step the right leg back. Step the left leg back. We meet in plank pose. Take this opportunity to push the mat away. Spread the fingers wide. Press through the thumb and the first finger. Draw the heels to the back of the mat and soften between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Our first downward dog of the practice. Start to pedal your dog, lifting one foot and then the other. Soft bend the knees. Continue to pedal here. Offer your heart space closer to your thighs. Spread again those fingers wide. Press through the thumb and the first finger. Imagine pushing the mat away with the palms. Ears line up with the biceps. Come to a still down dog. Maybe you slightly widen the feet. And imagine your feet drawing the mat behind you. And as if your feet were widening to the edges of the mat. So doing that, notice how that feels. You're welcome to soft bend the knees. From here, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, pause in bear pose. Offer your heart space closer to the thighs. Rise up on the balls of the toes. Push the mat away. Inhale, ripple forward to another high plank. Again, the crown and the heels reaching in opposite directions, shoulders above the wrists, gaze over the nose as you exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, ripple forward to your plank. Then from here, come down to our tabletop pose and pause. So you have an opportunity here to try a tabletop shoulder tap. You're also welcome to do this in your plank pose if you're more comfortable taking it from plank. If neither is for you, take another cat and cow and a swaying of the hips and shoulders, and we'll meet up in a moment. If you wish to try this, we're going to hover our knees slightly off the mat with the knees widened, and we're going to tap each hand to the shoulder. We're going to aim for 3 times on each side, and then from here, we're going to meet in a down dog. So if you're ready to take that with me, we hover it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great job. We meet in down dog. Coming into our dog, you can pedal one more time. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look at your feet. Walk your hands to the back of the mat for a ragdoll forward fold. Feet come roughly hips distance apart. Relax our head and shoulders like we always do in class. You're welcome to soft bend the knees if your body feels a little stiff. Graze your fingertips on the mat. Interlace or hug your front body. You can interlace your hands behind the back. Maybe the hands come towards the head. Swaying from side to side, saying yes to this practice. You can also hug the legs closer to your chest and dangle the head, relaxing here. Anything you need to continue to wake up your body. We'll slowly bring the big toes to touch. Leave a sliver of light between your heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the shins, shoulders at the height of the hips, gaze over the nose. We exhale, fold. One more just like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the shin, shoulders at the height of the hips, gaze over the nose. Exhale, fold. From here, we inhale, root to rise, dig through those heels. Arms come up. Squeeze the glutes and thighs. Knit the low ribs together. Hands come to heart center, Samasthiti. Have a soft gaze. Maybe you shut your eyes briefly to set your intention, as always, for our practice. Breathe here, and maybe you play with shifting your weight in unison, forward and back, and to the side. When you open your gaze, we'll inhale the arms up. As we make our way to the top of the mat, we're going to step out to an inchworm and a push-up as we meet at the top of the mat, walking our feet forward. We've done these before in class. If this is not for you, simply walk your way to the top of the mat and we'll meet there in a minute. So we'll start at our hands to heart center with a forward fold. As we come to our inchworm, walk the hands forward to a plank pose. Then we take one push our toes. Walk the feet forward, meeting at the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Dig through those heels. As you exhale, cactus the arms wide. Inhale it up. Exhale, cactus, open the arms. As you exhale, bring the arms forward and then make your way into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, bend your knees, step back to plank for our first Cobra. We'll inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower the knees, feet, thighs, down to the earth. You'll take an inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, the hands will be at the sides of the ribs. You'll roll the shoulder blades back, peel the heart space up. You'll imagine drawing your palms to the back of the mat and rooting your feet to the earth. So when you're ready, inhale to prepare. Exhale, Cobra. Take a breath in as you lower, and then exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do this one more time with an invitation for your first Chaturanga, as we've done in class before, which can be done on your knees or toes. So inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look to the back of our mat. We're going to return there for a moment. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. From here, we're going to walk the hands forward back to our plank. You take a push-up, knees or toes, and then walk the feet up. You're welcome to pause at the bottom. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. We exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. We exhale, cactus. Open the heart space. We exhale, forward, and then take a dive to the forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, bend the knees, step back to plank. Our first Cobra, Vinyasa, knees or toes. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Hugging the elbows close to the side body, shoulders above the elbows. Inhale through your upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. In your upward facing dog, as always, offer your heart space and sternum to the front of the room and draw the hands behind you. Take a falling out breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Another inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it out. As you inhale, lift the right leg up and back. As you exhale, knee to nose. Give it a tap. Wrists come under the shoulders. Inhale it up. As you exhale, step the right foot in between your hands. Pause here. We'll take a twist. So plant this left hand. Dig through the big toe mound of this right foot and open up the right side body. Try not to collapse the chest on the thigh. Notice the weight distribution in the body. As you exhale, plant the right palm inside the right foot as we come to a ninja lunge. High or low, fast or slow. As you can see, I'm taking mine low and slow. You're also welcome to float your hands. Start to come to center in a wide-legged forward fold and pause. My hands, as you can see, are on my feet, but they can also rest forward outside the top of the mat behind me. So you can place your hands here, taking a stretch. Shifting your weight back, you can place your hands here, shifting your weight to the balls of the toes, resting your hands on the shins or feet, or just at the center below the legs. Full more cycle of breath here. Breath in. As you exhale, walk the hands back to the top of the mat. We'll pause, bringing that right hand inside the right foot. As you lower your left knee and toes, we'll come to a runner's lunge. Start to walk this right foot out. Come on the pinky edge of your right foot. That's an option for you. You could stay right here and go no further, or maybe you wish to come down to your forearms and pause here, digging this right heel into the mat, tucking the left knee, squeeze towards center. And of course, my elbows or forearms are in the mat. You'll breathe here for a full cycle of breath. And then when we come out of it, you have an option of taking a Cobra, a Vinyasa, either pose. Remember, your Vinyasa can be on your knees, and then we'll meet in our downward dog for the other side. So when you're ready to come out of it, press through the palms. We'll start to walk the right foot in as we come back to our low lunge. Lift your left knee and toes, step back plank pose, and move through those two options. Woo. Ooh, my mat went up. Look at that. As we come to our downward dog. Calling out breath, inhale through the nose. Exhale it out. We'll come to the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. As you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it up. As you exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. We'll take a twist. Plant the right palm. Extend your left arm up. Again, try not to collapse on the left thigh. Dig through the big toe mound of this left foot. Notice the weight distribution in the body. As you exhale, we'll plant the left palm inside the left foot, and we'll come into our ninja lunges. Taking what you did on the other side. This is also called a Cossack squat in CrossFit, in case you were interested. Take this a few times, and then we'll come into this wide-legged forward fold from the middle of the mat. You can always slightly pull the heels in. Same invitation, take what you did before, try something new with your hands. You can also place them behind the back. Soft bend the elbows, take a stretch. You'll be here for a few cycles of breath. So you do you and pick what feels good or play with a few different movements. As we inhale, when you're ready to come out of it, we'll come back to the top of our mat. Return the left hand inside the left foot. Lower your right knee and toes as we meet for a runner's lunge. So now I'm coming on the pinky edge of my left foot. As I come down, taking what I did on the other side, feeling that hip stretch on your right thigh and the left hip. Strengthening through the forearms and elbows. And then when you're ready, we're going to come out of this, pressing up to the palms, returning this left foot inside. Lift the right knee and toes. We step back to plank pose and move through your options. Come into down. Come down to tabletop pose. You can sit back on your heels. And we're going to have an opportunity to take a water break. And then we'll come back for our standing series. I'll see you in a moment. As we come back to the mat, we'll meet in our downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. We'll make our way to the top of our mat. We'll inhale, chair pose. Maybe you start to widen your feet just ever so slightly. Sink back on the heels. Toes may touch, knees, shins, thighs, squeezing towards center. Imagine two become one legs. Pulling it towards the core. Your hands, as you can see, mine are at heart center, but you can also have them above the head, reaching for the clouds. Can you see your 10 toes? Breathe. As you inhale, we'll come to a mountain pose. From here, we're going to take Samson Lunges. If you're not familiar with this movement, you can watch and then come back and join me. We're going to take 3 Samson Lunges as we do this on each side. The movement first requires you to bring your hands in front of you. And we're going to take a lunge, first with the right leg staying forward, so the left leg will reach behind. We're going to do this 3 times, ending up with the right knee coming back forward. And then from there, we're going to come into, we'll be meeting in a crescent lunge, and then we'll come to a goddess pose from there. So to begin, arms are down, take an inhale, and as you exhale, step the leg back. We take the lunge, the arms come up, we come forward back to the top. Inhale here, we exhale. exhale it back. Inhale here. Here's the third one. We exhale it back. From here, we come to our crescent, pause. Right knee is over right ankle, drawing that right heel to the back of the mat. Knit the low ribs together, palms face one another, pull the shoulder blades down. Your left leg can be straight or soft, bend the left knee. You're welcome to rise on the balls of the toes, sink into this pose. We're going to take one more lunge, and we're going to meet in a goddess pose to the left. So here's your lunge. We open up to goddess pause here. Heels come in, toes out, knees widen. My hands are at heart center today for this variation, but you're also welcome to cactus your arms. You can also genie the arms where they land on one another. Pausing here for a few cycles of breath. We're going to be moving from goddess pose back to a crescent lunge, taking a kick. This may be another thing to watch and come back to. We're going to take it 3 times. So from here, you may want to open your arms or put them at heart center. You're going to dip, shift the weight. As you can see, I've come back to the crescent lunge. Arms can come up, or maybe you leave them at heart center, yogi's choice. You're going to bend, step it up, kick it. Come back to the lunge, bend, we're back to goddess. Here's number 2. Hands can come to heart center, shift forward. Bend into the crescent, give it a kick. We come back to the crescent. It's okay if you lose your balance a little bit. Last time, bend. We come back to goddess. Dip here with an exhale. Shift the weight forward. Come back to your crescent lunge and pause. Nicely done. Take one more inhale. Open up to a warrior 2 pose. Right knee over right ankle. Root through the pinky edge of this left foot. Squeeze the glutes and thighs as if they could touch. Gaze over the right fingertips. And stack your skull, shoulders, core, and hips. One line of energy. As I said, gaze over these right fingertips. Flip your right palm up and over. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Opening up this right side body. Leave the feet rooted where they are. We'll exhale to triangle pose. Tee the arms, start to sink the weight to the left hip. Maybe you soft bend the front leg. Extending the arms like a T. Stacking shoulders, opening up the ribs on the left side body. Then from here, we'll be shifting our weight, bringing our arms forward to the front of the mat, coming through a crescent variation into warrior 3. So a bit of a challenge here. And then we'll come to a standing split. So inhale, shift the weight forward, back to the top of the mat. You're welcome to bring your hands to heart center if that helps. You'll hinge forward 45 degrees, think locust back. As you exhale, push the mat away, coming into warrior 3. Square the hips and shoulders to the front of the room. Use the standing leg and the heel, find the drishti. And when you exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. We come to a standing split. Pause here. This is an opportunity to re-square the hips and shoulders, tent the fingertips to the earth. From here, we're going to take a Kundalini Squat by tapping the left knee behind the right knee. And then tapping this left leg to the mat in a lunge. Here's what it looks like. Inhale. Exhale, this is 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Leave the foot landed on the mat. We'll take a twist. We've been here before. Plant the left palm, right arm reaches. As you exhale, plant the right palm. Step the right foot back to plank. From here, we'll come to a forearm plank, lowering this left arm and then the right. Pause here in your forearm plank, and then exhale to a dolphin plank. Walk the feet in, lifting the spine long, pressing through the forearms and the elbows and shoulders. Take an exhale and walk it back. Press up on the right palm to plank and move through your options. We'll meet in downward dog for the other side. Whoo, yes, yogis. Feeling the fire. We'll take another falling out breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. One more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. Walk, step, or a soft hop to the top of our mat. Inhale, chair pose. We've been here before. Maybe the hands come to heart center and pause. Arms can be high or low, yogi's choice. And then from here, inhale, mountain pose. Interlace the fingers in front. Same as we did before with the Samson Lunges. This time I'm going to take it 3 times and end with the left knee forward. So when you're ready, we'll step it out for the left side. So the left leg comes back, arms come up, we'll tap it here. Exhale, coming down, give it a tap. Here's the third one, give it a tap. And here's our last. Tap it down, and then release to your crescent lunge. Pause here. Left knee over left ankle. Draw the left heel to the back of the mat. Right leg can be long or soft bend the right knee. Again, imagine the thighs could touch. Squeeze the glutes, scissor the thighs. We'll take one lunge and end in goddess. So lunge it down. Open up to a goddess pose. Same options you took on the other side. We'll be here for a few cycles of breath. So your hands can be at heart center. You can cactus the arms. You could genie the arms. If you're doing this again, just make sure you've repositioned your arms so the opposite one is on top. You can, again, have hands at heart center and pause. We'll be moving from here to crescent lunge 3 times, taking that kick, and then ending in our crescent lunge. So from here, remember, take a bounce, shift your weight forward, pause. This is a challenge. You'll take a squat down, kick it, step back, bend it down, come back to goddess, heels in. Take this as slow as you need to go. Squat down, shift the weight forward, bend the knee, take a kick, step it back. Lunge it down, come back to goddess. Last one, take the squat down, shift the weight, bend the knee, bring it up, kick it, step it back, crescent lunge, pause here. Exhale, open up to our warrior 2 pose. Inhale, reverse our warrior. We exhale to triangle pose. Tee out the arms, soft bend this front leg. Stacking shoulders. Breathe here. We're going to come into our warrior 3 and then our standing split and Kundalini. So when you're ready, shift the weight forward, bend this knee. We come through crescent. Hands can be at heart center. Maybe you adjust your weight. Think locust back, inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Pause here, use the drishti. Heart space comes forward. When you're ready, exhale to a standing split. It's your opportunity to re-square the hips and shoulders. Toes point down. Tent up or plant the palms as we move to Kundalini. So the right knee is going to tap behind the left. Inhale, exhale, lunge. Inhale, exhale, lunge. Inhale, exhale, lunge. Pause here. Step back. Planting this right palm will take the twist. Inhale, we exhale down. Step back to plank. Pause here, forearm plank now coming down on the right side. Pause here, inhale. Exhale, dolphin. Breath in. Exhale, step back, forearm plank. Inhale, blank, pressed up on the left side. Move through your options and meet in downward dog. So we're going to take this one more time each side. I'm also going to give you an opportunity to push up at the end of the series. You can take it or leave it. It's totally up to you. Here we go, yogis. You got this. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. Make your way to the top of your mat. We inhale to chair pose. We exhale, mountain pose. Pause here. Samson lunges, interlace the fingers. We're going to start with the right knee forward. 3 times. We come here to the crescent lunge with a kick. Here's 1. 2. 3rd time. Back to our crescent. We exhale to our warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, triangle pose. We come to warrior 3 when you're ready. Arms come forward. Rebend the knee at the front. Hands can come to heart center. Warrior 3. We exhale to a standing split. 3 Kundalini squats. 1, 2, 3. Take the twist. Plant the right palm to the plank. Forearm plank lower on the right. Exhale, dolphin. Widen the stance in the dolphin pose. You're welcome to stay here or 3 dolphin push-ups. The nose will come in between your hands. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Step back to forearm plank. Press up on the left side to plank. And exhale straight to down dog. Whoo, yeah. Are y'all feeling hot? Yeesh. I am working you hard today. Okay, one more time to go, I promise. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Meet you at the top of the mat. We inhale, chair pose. Pause. Exhale, mountain. Widen the feet. We do our 3 Samson lunges, starting with the left foot forward. That's 2. That's 3. We open up to our crescent, pause, as we come through crescent, goddess, and the kick 3 times. Hands can come to heart center as you transition. It's a balance challenge. 1. 2. 3. Back to crescent. We exhale, warrior 2. Reverse our warrior. Exhale, triangle pose. We'll meet in warrior 3, followed by Kundalini and the twist. Arms can come forward, rebend the front leg. Warrior 3. Exhale, standing split. You may tent out your fingertips. Exhale, Kundalini, tap it back. Exhale, Kundalini, tap it back. Exhale, Kundalini, plant the right palm, take the twist. Exhale the left palm, step it back to plank. We come down now on the left forearm first. Hold here. Exhale, dolphin. Widen the stance, you're welcome to stay here. Or 3 dolphin push-ups. 1, 2, 3. Step back to plank. Press up to from the forearm plank to plank, and exhale, downward facing dog. Woo! Yes, yogis. Awesome. Come down to tabletop pose. Take a child's pose. Maybe you narrow the knees. And the arms can reach for your soles of your feet, and the head could rest on the mat. Wonderful job. We're going to take it down to the earth very soon. Breathe. Bring the arms back forward as we come to downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. As you exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. And from your lunge, shift your weight back to your wide-legged forward fold. And grab your big toes to feel the stretch. Lengthening your spine. Walk the hands back to the top of the mat. Lower your left knee and toes. Release this right leg back to tabletop pose. And we're just going to take a forearm stretch. So we're going to begin by lowering this right forearm. Bring your left hand to the top right corner of the mat and sink back for a child's pose elevated stretch. Feels good. Bring your left forearm down. Come back to downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Step the left foot in between the hands and come to a wide-legged forward fold. Grab the big toes. Take the opportunity for the stretch, lengthening the spine. Come back to the top of your mat. Lower your right knee. Swing the other one back to tabletop. Then come down to the left forearm. Place the right palm on the top left corner of the mat. Sink those hips back. Feel the stretch. When you're ready, slide the palm forward, sit back on your heels, shift your weight over to come to your bottom. We'll just end on a supine twist, so come back. Down to the mat. You're welcome to grab a towel and wipe some sweat off your to do. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms. Lift your hips up. I'm going to shift them over to the right, return them to the earth, and then exhale for a twist. So dropping my knees to the left, toes stacked, leave the shoulders rooted. I'm going to gaze to my right shoulder, and you're welcome to take an IT band stretch. If you have space in your home environment, to straighten your top leg. Otherwise, stay where you are. Breathe. I worked you very hard today. When you're ready, we'll inhale through center. Replant the three corners of the foot simply to lift up. Shift to the left. Lower them back down. We come back for a supine twist, dropping the knees and toes to your right and moving to an IT band stretch if you took it on the other side. Gazing to my left shoulder. Breathe. When you're ready, let's come back to center. Reach the arms to the knees comes towards the nose, hugging in, sealing this amazing gift of yoga using every muscle for 3, 2, and 1. Let it go, yogis. Amazing. The goal pose of sweet Shavasana. Release. Surrender. Splay out the heels and toes. Release the shins, your knees, the thighs. Root the hip points to the mat. Release the core and chest. Shoulders, roll them to the mat, to the back. Release the forearms. Palms are open to receive. And release the face, your chin, cheeks, eyes, brow, and the sweet top of your head. Notice the support that is under you, around you, and within you. Shavasana. Slowly coming back to your mat, back to your body. Just notice what it feels like to be in your body. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe you touch each finger to your thumb. And slowly begin to draw your toes to touch and reach the arms above your head to take a good morning wake-up stretch. Inhale through your nose. Send the breath as if to your toes. And as you exhale, slowly begin to bring your knees towards your chest and softly rock from side to side. And then make your way over to your right side, using your right arm as a pillow, and pause here on the mat. Pause to thank yourself for coming to the mat, to thank your body for what it just did for you during your practice. Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing yourself is enlightenment. Lao Tzu. When you're ready, slowly press your way up to an easy seat. Joining me at the top of our mat, we'll take one last falling out breath together. Hands come to heart center. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it out. Inhale the thumb to third eye center, center of intuition. We exhale, bow forward. The light in me honors the light, the beauty in the yogis have joined for this practice, for I'm so forever grateful. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining for this practice. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope you'll subscribe to the Yoga Apothecary YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below, and sign up for our bi-monthly newsletter, The Wellbeing Elixir. Stay tuned for next week when we cover the letter L in the Wellbeing series A to Z. Namaste.